Welcome. You are tuned to Noise Party. Noise Party is produced by Francis DiMenno. Tonight we'll be presenting our series live at the Liberty Cafe in Central Square, Cambridge. Tonight's featured guests are Ken Batts, Jim Rader, doing 20 minutes, The Wrong Hero, doing 20 minutes, David M. Curry, Nathan Thompson, Matt Griffin, Nick Wyneken, Deb Brown, Eric Schmider, and John Clark, plus a special bonus 24 minutes of outtakes shot in the studio with The Wrong Hero. This is our second to last show in this series. Throughout the summer we'll be showing reggae jams recorded live with the Middle East. We'll resume these types of programs in October.
He pronounces his lyrics very succinctly too. You please welcome Monsieur Ken Batts.
Monsieur Ken Batts. I actually am French. This may surprise some people who don't know me that I actually do know a cover. It's actually a traditional cover. It's related to a song that Jim does. There's a whole bunch of these songs about the Turkish revelry, and this one's called the Golden Vanity. It's about those old days when Muslims and Christians didn't get along. You know, it's really, yeah, there's a little irony there. Anyway, Golden Vanity. Swam, and he called to the cat. soft and wide. Then they lifted up his body and they threw it o'er the sand, and he sang beneath the lowland, 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 sang beneath the lowlands. Well, there is a lofty ship and she sails upon the sea, but she sails without her cabin boy, the age of 12 and 3. And she fears she will be taken by the Turkish enemy as she sails upon the lowland, 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 sailed upon the lowland sea. Actually, I first learned that song in 1976, and at the time I was thinking, God, what a fucker. You could say fucker, couldn't you? What a fucker that captain was, you know? And now I've got 2 daughters of my own, and I'm starting to see his point.
Where's the song from?
What?
Where's the song from?
I heard it at the Ark in Ann Arbor, Michigan, from Sarah Morton Keller, who actually is around here now. You have to ask her, and I don't know.
It's a child ballad.
Is it a child ballad?
It is.
Thank you, it's a child ballad.
How old was the kid?
Written apparently by a child. I'm just kidding, I know what a child ballad is.
Mozart, right?
What? Yeah, right. John Child, right?
Irving Child.
Gordon Bach covered it.
Gordon Bach covered it?
Gordon Bach recorded it in the 18th century.
That's cool. With what?
Which label?
Okay, and since we're doing finger picking, I'm going to continue with a song of mine called Lovely Rainy Day. It's about my daughter. A child. Let's see. And, let's see. I don't have any gigs coming up at the moment, but if you'd like to be on my mailing list, I'd be glad to put you on it. On this lovely rainy day, school is out and she's the kind of girl who loves to stay inside and play. On the wall beside her bed is a painting of the sky. She goes in to wonder, she knows how to fly through the clouds into blue, racing past the sun. With a smile she turns to come back home again. Clay pots on the window bench filled with sparkling sand. Perfect little deserts sifting through her hands. On the window, lined up on the windowsill, smoothly rounded stones, pieces of the earth no longer broken. On her footstool is a leaf, she will travel down the trail, spreading out across its fields of green. Little ball of yellow glass, sending colors through the air, one more player in her symphony of light. She starts with a fairy tale and turns it into song. The song becomes a dance as it spins along. Story blazing in her eyes as her body sways. It's a free, wild kind of beauty. On this lovely rainy day, school is out and she's the kind of girl who loves to stay inside and play.
Let's hear it again for the inevitable Ken Bass. Okay, and so we're going to have two feature sets. I'm playing the feature tonight. I book myself here once a year, and it's really hard. I have to call myself up on the phone and go through all these mind games. But that's right, Matt. Okay, so while I'm playing, my associate here, Matt Griffin, is going to pass the hat around for the featured acts tonight. The suggested contribution is $2 or whatever you can afford will be greatly appreciated. This is my first song. It's a traditional song. It's a vulgar sea shanty. It's called Cape Cod Girls. That's the end of that one. Okay, my next song is by Billy Joe Royal. It's called Down in the Boondocks.
Down in the boondocks.
Where are you going back to? No, not today.
Okay, my next song is a hysterical love song that takes place in the team Metropolis, and it's called I Want to See You Smile.
Sometimes the studio town, it gets on my back. Sometimes the studio town, there's something that it lacks, and you know there's only one thing to do, and I want the wretched mind. Sometimes it's the old streets, they get in my head. Sometimes it's the old streets, they make me feel so dead. And you know there's only one thing to do, and I know it's a worthwhile. I wanna see you smile, 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 babe.
That was a good one, right?
Sometimes the studio town,
Softer.
it gets on my nerves. Sometimes the studio town, it gets so absurd, and you know there's only one thing to do. Hey, please do this with your smile. I wanna see you 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 smile, babe.
That's what I said. Now smile. Thanks.
Sometimes the studio town, it gets in my subconscious. Sometimes the studio town, it gets so obnoxious, and you know there's only one thing to do, and I want a wretched mile. I wanna see you smile. 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 Hey!
You like that part, don't you? One more time.
Hey!
Here it comes now. Yeah, we'll never hear surf music again. So you really like that part where I went, babe!
Yeah, that's what we really like. Just do that part over and over again.
All right, my next song will be called Babe!
All right, that's three. That's three songs.
Oh, now I get it. Clever, very diabolical. I say with friends like you, I say with friends like you. Okay, let's let's do a quiet one just to show you
Sensitive side.
the sensitive side.
Serenova, that's quiet.
Compared to that, yeah.
Once I met a girl named Karen, but she was always despairing. Oh, once I met a girl. Once I met a girl named Donna. She said that I was putting her on a oh. Once I met a girl. Oh, oh. Once I met a girl. Once I met a girl and she met me, but we both knew that it just couldn't be. And oh, once I met a girl. Once I met a girl, but without a doubt, well, we both knew that it wouldn't work out. And oh, once I met a girl. Oh, oh, once I met a girl. Once I met a girl named Sherry, but it turned out that she was married. Oh, once I met a girl. Once I met a girl named Pearl, but she was in love with another girl. Oh, once I met a girl. Oh, oh, once I met a girl. Once I met a girl and she met me, but we both knew that it just couldn't be. And oh, once I met a girl. Once I met a girl, but without a doubt, well, we both knew that it couldn't work out. And oh, once I met a girl. Oh, oh, once I met a woman. Once I met a girl named Maura, but she was just like her sister Laura. Oh, once I met a girl. Once I met a girl named Sally. She stabbed me in the bowling alley. Ow! Oh. Once I met a girl. Oh, oh. Once I met a girl. Once I met a girl and she met me, but we couldn't share a reality. And oh, once I met a girl. Once I met a girl, but without a doubt, well, we both knew that it couldn't work out. And oh, once I met a girl. Oh, oh, once I met a girl. Finish. Oh, oh, once I met a girl. Turn it back down. Thank you very much. I gotta keep going, I gotta keep playing. Huh? That song. Do I know any songs by Radsey?
Played you for a patsy?
You mean, do I know any shticks by Radsey? Wow! No, me and Radsey are like that. That's why she's here tonight. Standing in the shadows. No. Okay, this next song. Oh, this next song is one that Jim really hates. It's called Serenova. Here she comes out with medallions on her cheeks, all on the run out, and I'm spinning a love spree. Even though her dress is red, I remember every word she said. Serenova, Casual Cup in Brookline near Coolidge Corner next Monday at 8 with Matt. So come on down. There's no cover. But we will hit you, passing the hat around again. But we won't hit you too hard. We'll hit you nice. Okay, now on deck, a guy that's been videotaping this event for like, the last 8-9 months. And he writes for The Noise under a Christian name. But tonight he's performing under his real name. And I think he's going to have an election speech built in there. No, you gave up already?
No, October.
October, all right, he's going to wait till the end. He's like Ross Perot, dropping in, dropping out. So, please be all ears for The Wrong Hero.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm The Wrong Hero, and this is comedy in its cheap, smokable form.
And now, no payments, no interest until May, because you broke into our store. The store, you stole everything, and we can't stand it anymore. We're going out of business. We're completely insane.
I am the, some call me the avatar of the moron zeitgeist, and some say I'm more popular than the masters I serve. But call me what you will. My name is The Wrong Hero. Wear it out. You know what really bugs me? Everybody else always ruins it for a few assholes. This episode of The Wrong Hero is brought to you by Cryogenic Pet Preservation. Our motto, I thought I saw a putty cat. Now, last month, did anybody happen to see the 10 Commandments? The Cecil B. DeMille epic with Cecil B. DeMille as the voice of God, and Charlton Heston as Moses, and but then the casting went a little awry because Moses' worst enemy was Jimmy Cagney. I mean, or no, it was Edgar G. Robinson, and I could see Jimmy Stewart in that role, like, come on, Moses, what do you say? Why don't we just go back to Pharaoh and tell him, But no, instead it was like,
All right, Moses, drop the cat. Okay, Yahweh, we got you surrounded.
So, that was a bit of miscasting, but another movie, which unfortunately I didn't get to see, that was on recently, was The Wizard of Oz. And for the benefit of those of you who also had to miss it, or perhaps haven't seen it in years, I'd like to present something that I prepared especially for tonight's performance, as if you care. The Wizard of Oz in 2 minutes. Somewhere over the... Please don't let her take Toto away. There's a twister coming in. Hope she gets home okay, poor kid. Ding dong, which is that we represent the lollipop kids.
You killed my sister. I'll get you, my pretty, and your little dog, too.
I'm afraid you've made a very bad enemy. She wants the ruby slippers and will do anything to get them. I suggest you go see the powerful Wizard of Oz. Follow the yellow brick road. If I only had a brain, a heart, the noise. Go away. The wizard is very busy. But he was my only hope of getting back to Kansas. I am the great and powerful Oz. I am Dorothy, the small and meek. Silence! Don't come back here until you bring me the broom of the Wicked Witch of the West. But that means you have to kill her first. Silence! Whoa! Look, it's the witch, and she's writing something in the sky. Surrender, Dorothy. Hey, I thought you didn't have a brain. Hey, well, I can read that anyway. Run to, let's see.
Puppies, puppies, sleep, sleep. Go, my flying monkeys, and don't return until you bring me the little girl and the dog.
Run, Toto, run. Annie M, Dorothy, Dorothy.
I'll give you Auntie M.
Oli, Zola. Hurry, Tin
woodsman. The hourglass is almost up.
Go, you fools! Don't let her get away! Half of you go this way, half of you go that way. How's about a little fire, Scarecrow? I'm melting!
You killed her. I didn't mean to. Hooray for Dorothy. The Wicked Witch is dead. You're a bad man. No, I'm a good man. I'm just a bad wizard. Well, now that the woodsman's got his heart and the lion's got his courage, I intend to put the Scarecrow in my place. Obey him as you would me. Goodbye, everybody. Scarecrow, I think I'll miss you most of all. Meow. Toto, come back. Now I'll never get back to Kansas. The answer to getting back home was within your grasp the whole time.
Great, why'd you put me through this hell, then, you stupid?
Well, what is it? Just tap the movie slippers 3 times and say, there's no place like home. Wow, what a crazy dream. And you were there, and you were there, and Professor Marvel, even you were there. I guess there really is no place like home. Dun, 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 dun. That might have been a little longer, too. Thank you for your applause, as perfunctory as it was. You know, the circus is in town, which is great, you know. Circus, a great place to take the kids. A real education in itself, because, I mean, what do you get to see at a circus? Evil ringmasters with long black mustaches cracking whips at critters chained to stakes. Alcoholic clowns falling off their unicycles, and of course, manic depressive chimpanzees playing handball with their own shit. Great place to take the kids, you know? I love this circus. I really do. Kentucky Fried Chicken. Boy, those ads really irritate me. I almost got run over by a truck, so I'm going to solace myself with this greasy chicken. Or the one with the whining little daughter. Try to watch this without the sound sometime. Ooh, I don't do fat. Gee, thanks, Dad. You know, it's like Kentucky Fried Chicken, good home cooking, melts in your mouth. Then again, so does the mercury in a thermometer, you know? Well, I've been pitching some ideas to MTV, but they haven't really followed up on any of them yet. I had Huckleberry Finnegan's Wake, Waiting for Godzilla. I wanted to do a remake of Streetcar Named Desire. I was going to call it Fucking Trolley Sluts, Triple X. They didn't go for that, so I toned it down, and I figured I'd call it Little Hoe on the Prairie. That was no good either. I had this great sitcom about a cemetery. It's called The Plot Thickens. They passed on that one. And I had another one, I Heard You the First Time. It was about an illiterate ventriloquist who moves other people's lips when he reads. Too conceptual for him, though. The Voodoo Show. If you do not watch, you will be horribly mutilated. But they passed on that too. And I wanted to do this thing, it's, you know, this Disney thing, updated. Instead of That Darn Cat, I wanted to call it That Fucking Mutt. You know, get my hand. You know, a championship purebred dog falls in amidst a family of disreputable proles. And then I wanted to do Crack Time Theater. We're fooling Mayor Marion Barry. We're replacing his usual coffee with crack cocaine crystals. Let's watch. That didn't really fly either. Well, this is something I do from time to time. It's like a sort of reverse auction, like I auction off these records. Like right here we have America with, you know, they had that big hit, Horse with No Name. It's like, oh, that's so you can introduce him at parties, you know, if he had a name, but he doesn't. So, does anybody want this? $2? $1? 50 cents? 25 cents? I'll pay you a nickel to take it? No? Back to England. Billy Joel, an innocent man. You know, Billy Joel is like Harry Chapin with all the conscience leaked out, you know? An innocent man, methinks thou dost protest too much, Billy. Now, if you want any of these records, sing out. Now, I'll put them aside for you. Let's see. Berlioz, Te Deum, Yeah, tedium was like the foremost thing on my mind when I heard this one. Aha! Foreigner. I want to know what love is. Maybe you should find out what melody and pitch are first. You know? Foreigner. Go back where you came from. Limo. It's one of those cheapo Warner Brothers samplers, you know. It has Gary Wright with Dreamweaver. Oh, Dreamweaver, I stole the title and premise of this song from John Lennon. Yes, and another Warner Brothers sample with ABBA, you know. Like, you know why they call themselves ABBA? It's because, like, drunks listen to them and they go, ABBA, ABBA. It also has Bachman Turner Overdrive, you know. Taking care of business. We're taking care of business, but we're not writing better songs. Here you go. It only has one record in it, though. And I lied about the BTO. It's not on there. Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. I call them fat, boring, stupid hippies, or FBSH for short. Four-way street. Well, it's one. I'll leave the other three for you. What's this? Diana Ross and the Supremes. You know, every time Woody Allen hears the song Baby Love, he says, "Turn that garbage off!" This doesn't have a record in it. Sting, The Dream of Blue Turtles. I like that album. I like the dog on that Hanna-Barbera cartoon. Every time you throw him a bone, he goes, ah. You want it? It's all yours. Here, you can be my designated record holder. Give that to somebody who wants it, because I sure don't. Oh, what's this? The Rascals. Freedom Sweet. Yeah, the freedom they're talking about is freedom from any listenable song. So, there. How sweet it is. Don't shoot me. I'm only the piano player by Elton John. I will crush you then. Because you are only a mediocre singer-songwriter from the 70s. Aha. Captain Fantastic and the Brown Dirt Cowboy. Now, if you look real closely, you'll see a naked woman on the back of it. It also has Honky Chateau slipped in there. Anybody want it? Get Back, Honky Cat. You know, the most synthetic country and western song ever written. Get back, Honky Cat, get back. Ow! Get back, Honky Cat, get back. Ow!
Yeah, it was the maid's night off.
Oh, okay, that's all right. You see, I had this thing to put it in, but somebody was sitting there the whole time and ignoring my glares. You are? Oh, Creedence Clearwater Revival, or is it Creedence Bongwater Revival? I don't know. I forget.
They weren't that bad.
Oh yeah, they were great. They were the only great band to never have a #1 song, man. That's how great they were.
Take it back. I thought it was Beatles.
Oh, you thought it was the Beatles? Oh,
It
okay.
must have been the long hair.
Yeah, really. Beatles, Creedence, what's the difference? The Old Man Down the Road. The Divine Miss M by Bette Midler. The Satanic Mr. W by The Wrong Hero. Loudon Wainwright III, album 2. Yeah, Dead Skunk, all right, here. You owe me $1, punk. Rod Stewart's Greatest Hits. That's 1, that's 2, that's 3. I could go on, but I don't have to. The Doobie Brothers. Wow, this has got such... Yo, man, no, you're stupid, because this has great songs on it. Oh, Black Water, keep on rolling. Mississippi Moon, you want to keep on shining on. I'm going to keep this one. Layla and other assorted love songs, as opposed to the hate songs that other artists make a career out of recording. Anybody want Layla? Oh, man, Tempora Mores. Ouch.
Reminds me of a bum trip.
Get me back, man. Like, Layla, I'm fucked up on here when I'm writing a song. Hey, love, woo. Well, that cracked easily. Jean Appel Barbara by Barbara Streisand. Jean Appel Death. There you go. That's for you. Oh, Joe Cocker with a little help from my friends. Here's the best help you ever got, Joe. I couldn't help myself. Southside Johnny and the Ashbury Dukes. Yeah? No? You don't want this second-rate Bruce Springsteen clone? You don't want it? Hey, I like you guys more and more because you have really great taste. Most people would be like, you know, stop him! Okay, Fleetwood Mac, Tusk. No? Great record, man. Gotta work on the abs, man.
It's a double, hero.
Oh, it's a triple.
It's a double album with like way too much paper.
Jesus.
They got you this time. Ah, Dynaflex, baby. Forget it.
Oh well. The thing that wouldn't die. David Lee Roth. Eat 'em and smile. Oh, you want that? Okay. There you go. I don't blame you. You could probably sell that for, 25 cents. Rad. No, you're supposed to say, it's dank, man. Okay, here we go. Mantovani from Monty with Love. I'm not sure I want to get that familiar with Mantovani this late in my career. I could have used that at my Tiki Cocktail Wonder Hour. Okay. Michael Lovesmith. Diamond in the Raw. Feels so good. I didn't even give him a chance. I never heard of him. That's Kenny Rogers. Love will turn you around. Hate will tear you apart.
More Dynaflex.
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna let it get the better of me. Bobby Brown. Rock Witcher. Extended version. Oh, you mean Bobby Whitney Houston abuser Brown? Ah, there. Loggins and Messina. Sitting in.
How's some Blue Quarter?
Anything good on here?
How's some Blue Quarter?
Have they ever done anything good? Hey, I wanted that. Well, you gotta sing out. Now That We Found Love by Heavy D and the Boys. You don't want this? I thought you youngsters liked this rap music. All right. Van Morrison, Astral Weeks.
Oh, can't break that.
Can't break that, says one person. Great, I can see it, the tribunal, you know? It's like,
Break it.
really? You vandal! All right.
You can't do all of them.
You know what? Cypress Avenue had a big skip on it, so it was no good anyway. Let's see. Curtis Mayfield, Love is a Place, you know? It doesn't have Superfly. You're going to get your bottom line. So, who needs it, right?
WH.
Curtis Mayfield, didn't he like do about 50 albums or something?
I'm number 8.
All right, I'm going to keep this too. In the meantime,
I've got a timer.
I got a timer. All right, 2 minutes. Dun, dun, dun. Eagles, one of these nights, I'm going to break this.
That's right. Move it. Move it.
Okay, who said Dark Band? Amnesia. I forgot why I bought this record. Yeah, you break it.
No, I'm going to help you out.
The Grateful Dead. I'm grateful. They're dead. Joe Cocker, Mad Dogs and Englishmen. Skitch, tonight. Hey, just trim it a little around the horns, okay? Detective. Al Stewart, Year of the Cat. Graham Parker, Squeezing Out Sparks.
You can't kill Graham Parker.
Huey Lewis in the News. Okay. Doobie Brothers, The Captain and Me. Right. Boss Scaggs. No comment. Beaver Teeth. Keep it. Inagata-Davida. Don't you know that I hate you, baby? Well, as I look out on this sea of angered and tormented faces, I can say but one thing. I am the wrong hero, and I thank you very, very much.
Anybody wearing Birkenstock sandals, there's a lot of broken vinyl around here. Okay, so be careful stepping over the broken vinyl. That's it, all right. Sorry for rushing things there. Okay, our next performer is a guy who hasn't been back here. Your money's on the table underneath that beautiful Barbra Streisand album. Okay, our next performer is going to be, I'm doing this real long because he's cleaning up. Well, I guess I should tell a joke or something. Does anybody know any?
I know one.
All right, Jim, come on up and tell a joke. Come on. Got to get it together here.
Okay, guy walks into a bar with a frog on his head. The bartender goes, "Hey, that's pretty neat." Let's see. That's pretty neat. Frog says, "Oh yeah, it started out as a wart on my butt."
That was perfect time. Okay, fortunately, our next performer isn't too much in the mellow vein. David Curry, you ready? Come on up. This guy's a very interesting guitar style. Please welcome to our humble stage, David Curry.
Pretty hard to follow the wrong hero. I think I can't talk, I can't say anything, that's all that is said. My name's Dave, I play in a band called 50 Bucks, and also Jumbo, giant circus music band. I'm just gonna play a little guitar tonight.
Okay, I think I heard a little bit of Ronnie Krieger in that. Okay, I hope that mellowed you out. The satanic sounds of David Curie. And contrasting vividly with that performance, we now have the sedate, well-heeled, well-adjusted, well-mannered, well-done Nathan Thompson. Please welcome him to our humble stage.
Well. Testing. Test. This song is going to be slow. You always will.
fight in line. I pray for you. The circles that you travel now are full of lies. I know she's not the devil, but I know he's not far behind. Far behind. Ooh. These questions torture me. How thing comes easy, even walking away. My heart's not made of stone. How can you stand there, all you in betray? I know she's not the devil, but I know he's not far behind. Far behind. Ooh. I look back, try to reach those places. Well, my heart's full of these empty spaces. I can't see no pictures of my past. You have partly comforted me. Well, you said you were sorry. Saying shouldn't have been, but you won't take my side. You lose too much in the end. In the end. In the end. In the end. In the end, you won't cross over that dividing line. You don't have the courage, you won't take the time. You step up to the edge, look over, then hide in the shadow. Hiding in the end. Hiding in the end. In the end. In the end. Hiding in the end. Thanks. I'm going to be playing tomorrow night at the Casual Cup in Brookline at 8:30, and please come. Thanks.
Thank you, Nathan. Let's hear it again for my good friend Nathan Thompson. Yeah, a lot of us have been playing the Casual Cup lately. We've gotten so familiar to it that we shortened the name to the C Cup. And that's my David Jansen smile. Yeah. Okay, and now moving right along here, the money collector, Matt Griffin. Oh, by the way, thank you to the audience for being so generous tonight. This will help me pay my phone bill.
Yeah, man, you know, all those long distance calls to Worcester. Thought I'd start off with something I don't know yet, but yeah, oh yeah. I'm gonna do a song I don't know now. This is called, I don't even have a title for it. Some
not just from this stage, not just from this stage, but to mean something in your life. This game I'm only learning, though I've been playing it for years. There's a dream I've had since childhood, my responsibility to you.
Thanks. All right, name the song. What's the name of that song? I don't know.
Last line.
Good try, good try.
Luke Gons, who I think he's gone now, told me I should play hardcore punk songs. That was my first one. This is my second one. This one has a title. It's called Man at the Controls. Singles for sale. They are $3. I'm playing with Jim Rader Monday the 20th. I'll be at the Bookseller Cafe Friday the 24th. Come see me.
Whoa! Very jaunty. Okay, is Nick Wyneken here?
Yeah.
Okay, come on up, Nick. Okay, here's a guy who's new to this performing stage, and he's going to do some spoken word, I believe, poetry, or he's going to read some of his poetry. So let's hear it for first time at the Cafe Liberty Open Mic, Nick Wyneken.
This is just a strange little ride here. Okay, if I can see it. Molecular organizations imprinted on illusionary, emotionally troubled mind tubs, buckets full of bursted juice, extricating angry insects into the jowls of oily and chalky walls, dissolving into the frameworks, and sinks filled with headless hippies, young studs getting geysered by the California sun, some sonically drift northward to Viking patios, existence enlivened by gas depot stomach breath, countless waves of pinkish extremities jostling the cross-traffic dragon slay-toothed tiger. Make a note of fuss to come, let down by broken stained glasses, muddled in some other's domestic fights, hardly earned, cashed in poker place, Chippewa Indian water rights enameled pastily on your mouth, hardy boy chum. Excite your imaginations by the old science fictions. Not the acidic trash that once brain test beat, the measure for measure, mommy, the baby scowls, infanticide, AK-47s, intra-golden toilet hush, dispense with me now, crime crap, excuses, hate monger, mail order bribes, matrimonial lies and hustles, two wrongs make it a right, and then doubled again backwards. Put me in the heat of a righteous garden amongst the asparagus giants and the Dodgers too. Full tilt booger Amos. Tomorrow Paisley pajamas at dawn, dueling at 3 in the afternoon. I never rise before noon or matins, Miguel. Cacciatorius, catch me can, I am leafing on a jet plane, don't me, know me back again. Deposit me knots on the St. Louis Prairie Ferry, wisdom paralleled by deceits and registered nursed complaints. fetal battles and puffy arousals naturally natural by the noodling festooneries of Granny's cracker bistro brows. Excuse me, weathered frow, but I must share my hymns and burst into the straw flowers unrecantable. They little tykes, I'll be back. In the young fade, say it. For this I'm needed. Pass me the flower, I'll learn to turn the bread. I shall not be detouredly red, beady-eyed, squinty-faced lecheries or bombastic Catholic, supra-peer or naughty 90s, loose feast, sunken treasures off the bow, golden light borrowed from the future Renaissance, past dipped in pre-Raphaelite thunder farts. I'll drop down into that earthquake fountains and be made strong again, and certainly bringing it to my sons and forgetting the wind-filled fickle tart who sucks the dreams to dust. Now let a glow room touch down the musty particle boards, misty, musty rooms. The downfall preceded your unwanted victory.
I saw the best minds of my generation destroyed by madness, screaming naked, hysterical, through the streets, through the alleys. That
Across
was.
the mountains, wipe your phone.
God bless him. Okay, that was Nick Wyneken, and that was definitely not hippie poetry. That was beat poetry. Wait, what? Don't distract me. I'm crazy enough. Wait. Okay, now, Deb Brown, are you ready to play? Okay, here's an old friend of mine. I haven't seen her around in a while, and she does a lot of original material, very pop rock oriented, and I think you'll like her. Please welcome Deb Brown.
Hi, how's everyone doing? Okay? Cool. It's good to be down in Cambridge tonight. I came down from the Worcester area, so it's always a treat to be in Central Square. You never know what's going to happen. I've been working on some new songs. This is a new song I've been working on. It's a song about knowing someone for like 10, 15 years and not really knowing them at all. It's called Eyes of a Stranger. Don't look back, 'cause there's nothing left to say. All my tears are fading away. Song about those hot summer nights. Song about lust and all that good stuff. It's called Into the Night. On Thursday and Friday, I have a show in this area at a place called Club Bohemia in Somerville. So if you have nothing to do, come on down and shoot some fun. Thanks.
Wait, Joanna's going to do the song. Stick around, everybody. Joanna Hurley's going to do one song for us. Payment tonight. Yeah, she's getting a stage cut. Well, I can do a short one while we're waiting.
What's the shortest song you have? Good evening, everybody.
So this is in regular tuning, is that okay?
I don't know if you mentioned my name. It's so hard. So what kind of a song do you want to hear? Let's give me one song. Blues? You want a fast song or a slow song? Alright, I want one that's fast in part of it and slow in another part of it. Cover the range there. Okay. Like an informal kind of place, I'm going to put a little stool up for myself because I have a sore neck. Sorry, that won't bother you. The song's called Anyway. It's about any way you find yourself wanting to be. Shine on you anyway. Jimmy, Jimmy, Jimmy. It's dedicated to Jimi Hendrix. This starts a little bit long for me.
Thanks a lot, Johanna. Good night, everybody. We'll be back here next month, June 10th. So we'll see you then. Good night.
Hey, I saw that you were there. I didn't get a chance to say hi. Whoa! That was great. Got it? It's in go down Harvard Street.
Well, you are tuned to Noise Party, and this has been Jim Rader's Open Mic at Cafe Liberty. And the guests that we had for this segment of the show were Ken Batts, Jim Rader, The Wrong Hero, David M. Curry, Nathan Thompson, Matt Griffin, Nick Wyneken, Deb Brown, Eric Schmider, and John Clark. Please stay tuned because we have nearly half an hour left of programming to go. And perhaps The Wrong Hero will give you a very special surprise in a special studio-only recording. So please stay tuned. Hi, I'm The Wrong Hero. Now, we might as well just get this thing over with once and for all. So, what I'm going to do is hit you with some of the outtakes, the stuff that I didn't get to perform at the Cafe Liberty event. Now, you might be saying to yourself, well, it seems to me that at 22 minutes you've already spoken quite enough for one day, Wrong Hero. Well, that could be, but this will actually be my last appearance on this show until October, at which time we'll be bringing you totally new footage. Next week we'll be having Matt Griffin, Kevin So, Jay Byer, Ken Batts, Philip, and let's see what else do I got on this little card here. Jim Rader, Jackson Brader, Alistair Mook, Josh Lederman, Jenny Reynolds, and Jim Bouchard. But no Wrong Hero next week. And then we'll be following that up with reggae jams. I thought that given that this is my last appearance, I would talk a little bit more about rock and roll, since that seems to be the theme for this evening. Now, rock and roll is, of course, a commercial type of media. Of course, jazz was also a highly commercial form of popular music, at least until the late 40s, early 50s, when it became very esoteric. And to a certain degree, rock and roll is also quite esoteric, and of course there are many legendary moments in rock and roll. For example, the Beatles version of Things We Said Today on the Live at the Hollywood Bowl record, which is as close to sublime as I've ever heard. And Jimi Hendrix's Voodoo Child's Slight Return on the Electric Ladyland record, also a pretty darn sublime song. And Almost Independence Day by Van Morrison, one of my favorites. More recently, Hare Krishna by Husker Du, and Superman off of Queen Elvis by Robin Hitchcock. But I think still my all-time favorite rock and roll moment is the climactic coda of Candy Corn by Captain Beefheart on his Strictly Personal LP. However, we're not really here to talk about my favorite rock and roll songs as much as we are attempting at this time to discuss some of my least favorite rock and roll moments, or let us say that they are songs by good artists which have become overexposed to be charitable, or songs by mediocre artists which have become unendurable with the passage of time. Of of course, if you're like me and you listen to oldies radio stations a lot, then you probably are familiar with many of these songs. Now it seems as though the 1970s were a really large rock and roll ghetto, and of course a great many of these songs that I'll be discussing will in fact be from the 70s, some will be from the 60s, and a few will be from the early 80s. Well, for example, the Animals and We've Got to Get Out of This Place. Really nice bass line, really ominous sounding, inspirational, but you know, then they go, we gotta get out of this place. I'm like, go then, go already, okay? Quit your bitching and whining and just do it. And well, now Madonna's going to be doing Evita with that song, Don't Cry for Me, Argentina. And I'd like to say right now that I cry every day because it's the only time I ever wash my face. But that's incidental. I Left My Heart in San Francisco by Tony Bennett. Well, yeah, you left your heart in San Francisco. Kiss it goodbye. They're probably selling it on the open market by now. Geez, my knees. Elvin Bishop. Now there's a name to reckon with. I fooled around and fell in love. Well, Elvin, I'm serious. Shut up already, okay? Sick of this song. Boston, More Than a Feeling. Yeah, it's more than a feeling, all right. It's actual nausea, as far as I'm concerned. And now I'd like to do a medley of the song Gloria by Laura Branigan, U2, Patti Smith, Them, and Vivaldi. Gloria, 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 G-L-O-R-I-I-I-I, Gloria, 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 in excelsis Deo. In excelsis Deo. Well, anyway, so much for that. Kim Carnes and Betty Davis Eyes. The way she sings, the song perhaps should have been called Betty Davis's Mouth. Oh, I know. We had it all, just like Bogart and Bacall. Oh God, please spare me. The Cascades with Listen to the Rhythm of the Falling Rain. Geez, you know, okay, what do you do for real excitement in this town, huh? That's my question. Johnny Cash and Because You're Mine, I Walk the Line. Well, I used to walk it, and then for a while I just snorted it. Now I'm back to walking it, I guess. You know, I think someone should do a version of A Boy Named Sue, but they should call it A Boy Named Superman. Call me Batman or Flash or Mr. Fantastic or anything but Superman. The Clash. Their last really big hit, I guess, was maybe Rock the Casbah, which had a slightly racist overtone, which was perhaps why it was so popular. But then they had Should I Stay or Should I Go? And I'm like, hey, why even ask, okay? The answer is always a go already. You've outlived your welcome there. The Contours, classic group with Do You Love Me Now That I Can Dance? You know, that's a pretty interesting criteria. Unless, of course, dance really means something else. But I'm not going to venture into that territory. This, after all, is purportedly a family show. Let's see, Charlie Daniels and The Devil Went Down to Georgia. Well, the devil went down to Georgia. You know, if I were like in this song, I would say to the devil, hey, what's the matter? Wasn't hell hot enough? You got to mess around with Georgia? And Spencer Davis group, you know, it's like the sound of brain cells marching off a cliff, but you know, give me some loving, give me some loving every day. You know, it's like give me some loving. Will you ever hear of Please? You know, I guess that wouldn't be quite the same though. And let's see, there was Run Around Sue by Dion, and there was you know, Run Around Dion by Sue, and then there was Johnny Cash's mutant hit, A Boy Named Run Around Sue. You know, it's an interesting thing about that Dion song. He wrote 3 top 10 hits, and they were basically all the same song. You know, Run Around Sue, The Wanderer, and then there was another one that sort of fell in between the two poles, you know. I'm trying to remember the name of it now. This is so awkward. Yes, it's the early days of television. One camera, one microphone, one performer, no lights, no action, just one big talking head. Geez, you know, The Wanderer, Run Around Soon, and yet another one which sort of fell in between the two poles. Perhaps you remember it. I used to hear it on the radio all the time, WODS as a matter of fact. Down in Providence they have this radio station called B101. They specialize in more like the 70s hits, just as WBCN up here did not too long ago. Although I think they finally decided to play something from 1982 every once in a while, just to, like, you know, mix it up a little bit. You know, it'll come to me in a second, but let's just move on. Fats Domino with I Found My Thrill on Blueberry Hill. You know, if I weighed 300 pounds and I saw a hill made entirely of blueberries, I'd get a pretty large charge out of that myself. Now, just as surely as a former alcoholic has on his license plate the legend, "Take it easy," or "One day at a time," you can find drunks in bars listening to "Brandy, You're a Fine Girl" by The Looking Glass, their only hit. And it's like, Jesus God, I mean, you know, it's like, she sort of started out on the wrong foot when she decided to take a job in as a bartender with a name like Brandy, you know what I'm saying? It's like, what a good wife you would be. Yeah, if you like having someone mop up your drunken vomit every 24 hours. Yeah, that's great. The Flamingos. You know, this is a sublime song. I only have eyes for you. Woo-hoo! But you know, that sort of makes me think it might be a good slogan for an organ bank or something. And I only have eyes for you. Let's see. Okay, now I like to do a medley. Sugar pie, honey bunch, sugar, no sugar tonight, my candy girl. That was a little medley, courtesy of the Four Tops, the Archies, the Guess Who, and of course the inimitable Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. There was this big Beatles Four Seasons dichotomy in the during a certain portion of the 60s. And the Beatles were sort of like the squeaky clean alternative to the vaguely disreputable Four Seasons, who were also in an ardent rivalry with the Beach Boys. But the rivalry with the Beatles came about because they were both for a time on VJ Records, which actually came out with an album called The Beatles versus the Four Seasons. Now you might think, well, I have an original Beatles album from the 60s. It must be worth a lot of money. Forget it. They probably pressed about 200,000 of those. It probably ain't worth jack shit unless it's sealed. And it's original wrapper and never been played. So I hate to disillusion you. Of course, there are plenty of Beatles collectibles. And when I was in college, a friend of mine named Whitney Schmidt said that, in introducing me to others, said that I had a Beatles collection which was second to none. That was back when it was still possible to get crap like Two Virgins and Wonderwall music and electronic sound and all those crummy Beatles solo albums that they put out in the latter part of the 60s to cash in on their fame. Paul McCartney, God bless his soul, never came out with a solo album until after he left the group. And of course the hapless Ringo with Sentimental Journey, which he proclaimed that he put it out to please his mum. Well, that's a good rationale for putting out a record, I suppose. But let's move on. Heard it through the grapevine. Yeah, now I got little bugs in my ears. That's where I get all my news. You know, not CNN, the grapevine. You hear what I'm saying here? The Jackson 5 with perhaps the world's slowest song ever. I'll be there, you and I will make. You know, it's like, oh, I'll be there, I'll be gone by the time you finish with this crap. Jay and the Americans, this magic moment. We actually got a hit. We went for a long time without one because we're so mediocre. Ah, yes. The Tokens with The Lion Sleeps Tonight, recently popularized by the beloved self-designated Disney classic The Lion King. We, the lion sleeps tonight. Not with all that noise, with all that wee. You know, how can anybody sleep with all that racket? Kansas. There's a group that, Kansas and Toto should have gotten together, you know what I mean? Get a real Wizard of Oz motif going there. I think there was a band called Surrender Dorothy, a local band for a while in the late 80s. Hey, triple bill, solid. You know, now all we need is a band called the Wicked Witch of the West, you know, the Lollipop Kids. Hey, solid, you know. We got an all Wizard of Oz bill tonight. Kansas with Dust in the Wind. All we are is dust in the wind. Lighten up already. But you know, dust in the wind, that's a pretty good description of Kansas, don't you think? Anyway, I used to think that Jerry Lee Lewis's song Great Balls of Fire was actually Great Balls on Fire, you know. It's like, goodness gracious, great balls on fire. But, oh yeah, Wilson Pickett, the Wicked Pickett, the immortal Wilson Pickett. You know, there have been several versions of Land of a Thousand Dances, and in spite of the fact that the people over at Cheapo Records in Central Square strongly recommend that you purchase the incredibly heroin-like version put out by Cannibal and the Headhunters, I think I still prefer the Wilson Pickett version. Because, you know, Wilson Pickett's like, let me go, na 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 na, yeah, you watch it now, you know, it's like a and well, whereas the Cannibal and Headhunters version is like, let me hear you say, na 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 na, do you know how to pony? Wah wah, you know, it's like wah. But Wilson Pickett had that song, gonna wait till the midnight hour, and I'm like, yeah, what's going to happen then? Is your Cadillac going to turn into a pumpkin or what? I mean, where's the payoff here? Prince, you know, some say Diamonds and Rust was his best album. Well, I'm not so sure about that, but I'm still very fond of 1999, the double album, which of course had one good album in it and a bunch of crap that he diddled around with, and Purple Rain. And you know, Around the World in a Day has its good points too. You know, it's got some great songs. Pop Life is just brilliant, especially that bell, and then it segues out and segues back into the main theme. Just stupendous. Another one of those sublime moments. But you know, Prince, he wasn't stupid. Back in like 1983, 84, he had that song, "Tonight we're going to party like it's 1999," because he knew 15 years later he wasn't going to really be in the same place as he once was, and that song would get a big revival in 1999 and his career would be resuscitated. But just think, just as Berry Gordy wanted to write the song ABC to go 1, 2, 3, easy as ABC, not to be confused with 1, 2, 3 and I fell, but just like Berry Gordy wanted to do that until he was talked out of it, maybe Prince had a little crisis of the soul because he really wanted to sing, "Tonight we're going to party like it's 1 with 3 nines after it." No, that won't work. We'll say 1999, do 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 do. You know, 1999. The Vandellas and "Dancing in the Streets." You know, dancing in the streets. What's the matter? Couldn't you afford a hall? You got to go out and dance in the streets, make a big racket, wake up the babies in the neighborhood. What? What's with you? The Righteous Brothers. Bring back that loving feeling, or else you'll lose the 5 cents deposit, at least in Massachusetts. Yes, Jimmy Ruffin. What becomes of the broken-hearted? Well, their hearts get left in San Francisco, apparently. I don't know. Well, along with Joe Cocker trying to sing "You Are So Beautiful" and being so unable to hit that high note that you feel as though his head is going to explode, like, "You are so beautiful too." You know, like, the other big moment, the biggest glitch in all of rock and roll is Mary Wells with "My Guy." It's like, "My opinion is," but you know, she doesn't go, "My opinion is," she goes, "My opinion is, she's the cream of the crop." And it's like, whoa, how did they ever let that one go, you know? Not that I'm any great singer or anything, but still. Well, I've told this story many times, but perhaps it's the appropriate time to tell it once again. When I was in junior high school, during our lunch break, which apparently was only 20 minutes long, you know, the classes were an hour, lunch was 20 minutes. Hey, someone's got something backwards here, you know? It's like, kids, don't gobble your food. We got 20 minutes. You know, okay, we won't. Just give us more time. But they used to let the students play music during the lunch break. And there were two factions. There were the Soul Brothers and the Greasers. And the Soul Brothers wanted to hear the then popular War by Edwin Starr. And the Greasers wanted to hear Blue Velvet by Bobby Vinton. So it was like really claustrophobic and hallucinogenic experience eating lunch at Perry High in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, in the Perrysville neighborhood, because I'd be like, 1, 2, she wore, what is it good for? Blue velvet, absolutely nothing. Whoa, whoa. Say it again, whoa. You know, it was like, whoa. And it's a wonder that I ever made it out of Pittsburgh after an experience like that. Well, I can see from the clock that we probably don't have much time left, so I'd just like to show you this record. Music Power. 22 original hits, 22 original stars. Wow, you know, some of these stars on this record are kind of dubious, to say the least, if you know what I'm getting at. Let me hold this up in the light where you can see it. Music Power, Bon K-Tail Records, 22 original hits, 22 original stars, including Brownsville Station. Brownsville Station, you know, original stars with their immortal classic, the incredibly cerebral Smoking in the Boys' Room. You know, I mean, the profound philosophical insights contained therein were enough to like change my whole life. It altered the course of my career. Jim Stafford, another real brainiac here. They used to call him Univac in high school. He had the pocket protectors going, and he would woo his girlfriend by going, I don't like spiders and snakes, but that's what it takes to love you. You know, I mean, Ian Thomas with Painted Ladies. It's like, oh, come on, you know, painted lady, precious lady, with a smile, you know, it's like lounge music. Give me a break. And you know, they don't, the thing is they have these songs and these artists, and they don't even have the best song by the decidedly third or fifth rate artist that is represented on the record. Like Stories, they don't have Brother Louie, they have some abomination called Mammy Blue. Mammy Blue. And of course they have Pillow Talk by Sylvia, a precursor to Donna Summer. You know, it's like, you can't find loving on a one-way street. It takes two to tango, takes two to even compete. It's like, oh, please. It was the first use, I think, of the orgasmic sigh in a song, in a popular song. That was the degenerate 70s for you. Lighthouse with Pretty Lady. I don't think that's their best known song somehow. I certainly don't remember it. And Gladys Knight and the Pips, Where Peaceful Waters Flow. You know, like, you know, one of the great songs of the 20th century, of course. And again, Sonny and Cher, When You Say Love. What is this, a beer commercial? When you say love, you've said a lot. Gordon Sinclair with The Americans, a Canadian's opinion. It's like, this is the only reason I kept this record, because it has Gordon Sinclair. You know, when Bangladesh had a flood and millions of people died, who was there to help them? It wasn't India, it wasn't Russia, it wasn't Pakistan, it was the Americans. You know, talk about shameless sucking up in the worst possible way. It's almost as bad as that fellow Victor Lundgren in Letter to My Teenage Son. Well, if you burn your draft card, your mother will love you because she's a woman. But as for me, on the day you do that, I have no son. Talk about jingoism. And you know, there's always a buck to be made by wrapping yourself in the flag. I mean, there's just no getting away from it. And even if you try to do something that is like anti-patriotic to a certain degree, like Born in the USA by the braying nincompoop Bruce Springsteen. People will misinterpret it and they'll only hear what they want to hear. As a matter of fact, I have a quote which is applicable to that very same thing. People do not see, they only recognize, and what they do not recognize remains invisible to them, says Simon Lays. Now, here's where it gets really crappy on side 2. Dawn, featuring Tony Orlando. Say, has anybody seen my sweet gypsy rose? What is this crap? This is like 20s Tin Pan Alley Pinhead crap. And it was actually a big hit. The Four Tops with Keeper of the Castle. Okay, yeah, I can think of you know, a lot of really great Four Tops songs, but I don't think that was really one of them. You know, it was a song with a very limited premise, let's put it that way. The Grassroots, not with any of their great hits, mind you, but with two divided by love can only be one, and one is a lonely number. Didn't Three Dog Night cover that territory, you know? Blue Mink, By the Devil I Was Tempted. Yeah, by the devil they were tempted to put that crappy song on this record. Shy Lights with Oh Girl, there's a real original title for you. The Natural Four with Can This Be Real? Well, that's what I'm asking myself, even as I hold this record up for you. The Raspberries with Tonight. Tonight, I'll be with you tonight. Baby, tonight! You know, it's like bludgeon rock. Although actually it sounds a lot better now than it did back then. Well, we're just about out of time, but The Sweet with But the Little Willie Willie Won't Go Home.